Michelle, you ready?
Let's get this party started.
Standing by in 3, 2, 1. She spent over 20 years as a successful realtor and realtor coach, recipient of over 40 sales, leadership, and literary awards from the legendary Music Row in Nashville. This is The Power of Real Estate with Michelle Moore.
Hey. All right. So excited. Welcome to The Power of Real Estate. We got a great show planned for you today. You know, Jimmy, we're always planning shows.
That's what we do.
The other day I was doing something with the kids and I had an idea pop into my head for a show topic and I jotted it down. So, all right. I just thought that was funny when I said we got a great show planned for you today. I'm like, I'm always planning a show.
You have an iPhone. You know, you can take notes in your phone. You don't have to write it down with a pen.
I do that sometimes.
Okay, all right.
Well, I don't really do the notes. What I do is voice messages.
I do the notes all the time.
I send myself text messages. By the way, that's a great tip, keeping up with things that you think that you need to do.
Do you ever answer yourself? That's when we need to start worrying.
Hey, you never know with me. I keep people guessing,
That's right.
don't I? All right, well, I'm excited about today's show. We're going to talk about 3 ways to build your business. This idea came off of a conversation I had with an agent out of Florida, and it was so great. She was asking me about connecting with builders. She said, well, you know, I'm thinking about writing a letter and sending it out to builders because I want to get some builder business. I've got some new home construction experience, and I want to, you know, or not necessarily new home construction, but new home builder, realtor representation experience. And so I said, okay. And she starts talking about this letter she wants to send out. And I said, yeah. And she wanted to start getting into the details of the letter. And I said, let me just stop you right there. I said, you know, here's what I would do. I'd completely forget a letter. She's like, don't write a letter at all? No, don't write a letter. She said, why? And I said, because first of all, most people aren't never going to read it. 99 out of 100 builders aren't even going to read it.
Exactly.
I said, second of all, how are you going to connect? That's not connecting. So when it comes to 3 ways to build your business, that's number 1, connect, like truly connect with somebody. And the way you do that is really speaking with them and, of course, face to face. So call them. I said, call who you want to meet with. And I said, and your number 1 goal is to get them to agree to meet you for coffee. Can we have a 20-minute, 30-minute coffee on me?
You know what get my attention?
What?
Donuts. I'm not going to read a letter, but I'll eat you donuts.
Yeah. So meet me at the Krispy Kreme on Tuesday at 10.
When the hot light's on.
That's right. I'll make sure the hot light's on for you, baby. And so, but what happens is when you connect with people, then they start thinking of how can I do business? Well, how could doing business with this person work? But that's the first point. And how are you really going to truly connect with somebody? That's what we're missing today is truly connecting. LinkedIn, I've got almost 12,000 connections on LinkedIn. Over half of those people I don't know personally. And so we say connections or friends on social media with Facebook. We say a lot of these terms, but these people are not really your friends. You know, I've got people that are friends on Facebook that I've never even met. I've been out at the store and people come up to me and go, oh, my goodness, we're friends on Facebook. And I'm going, what's your name? You don't say that to somebody you're friends with. You know their name.
Right.
Right? Okay. So when I'm talking about truly connecting and having a connection, I'm not talking about in a LinkedIn kind of way. Okay. I'm talking about going and talking with them, getting to know, how did you get into the real estate business? What made you decide to become a builder? And you hear their stories. What do people want to talk about the most?
Themselves.
And what a word or name do they want to hear the most?
Theirs.
That's right. So you go, all right, Jimmy, the builder.
Yes,
Builder Jimmy.
Yes.
What got you to building homes? How long you been building homes? You know, did you know from a little boy that you were going to do this? Or do you like it? What do you not like about it?
When I was a kid, they called me Jimmy the Builder. Long before Bob.
That's right. Bob is a...
matter of fact, I have a lawsuit. No, I don't really.
All right, so we're talking about 3 ways to build your business. The first one is truly connect. And then number 2 is follow up. So fearlessly follow up with people. Okay, so you had this great meeting and then you go your separate ways and you never hear from each other. That does not work. Like, go back to your office, do connect with them on LinkedIn, do Facebook friend them, do all that kind of stuff as well so that you can start interacting with them online. Those are more touches. Every time you have a touch with somebody, whether that's the coffee, the phone calls, whatever it is, remember too that you are building trust or you are tearing it down. So if you have these great touches that build trust, you're continuing to build that relationship. And people are looking to do business with people that they like and they trust.
And something else to keep in mind, when you're trying to contact somebody like you're talking about,
yes,
they're going to be at the top of your to-do list, okay? So that's important. But you know where you're at on their list?
Yeah.
At the bottom, because they've got all this other stuff that's more important to them.
That's right.
So if you don't get in touch with them the first time, don't give up. Keep trying.
Keep on.
I won't get into the long story, but I had an intern one time, and he contacted me 4 times. And I knew he was contacting me, and I didn't have time to get back with him. When eventually, I was like, this guy really wants this because he won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
And I ended up bringing him on board.
Yeah, I showed a home one time a few years back, and it was a for sale by owner. The builders, it's 2 guys that were rehabbing the property, and I don't think they tore it down to the foundation. I don't remember the specifics. I think they were rehabbing it. And I called them to see about it because it was in an area that I had clients that were looking. And I showed the home, and I called him a couple of different times with questions. And I called him at one point, and I said, all right. So, his name was Mark. I said, all right, Mark. I said, it's your friendly stalker calling. And he said, hold on. He's got this deep voice. He goes, hold on right there. And I thought, oh, my goodness, what have I said? And he goes, you stalking me would be a dream come true. And so, but you know what? We're building a relationship, not the kind of relationship we're talking about there, but we're building a relationship, right? And so we're laughing and having, you can get somebody to joke around with you. And we did some business together. Yeah. And, they start thinking about, well, if I list that property, if she doesn't sell it to this person, or this couple or whatever, then, I might list it with her. And we just had such great conversation. Don't you know, he actually had me look at other properties and looked at selling them and giving him advice on some things. But we started doing some business together. And that's the kind of stuff that builds and opens those doors, is by having those connections, building that trust, laughing, joking around, whatever it might be. And so, but again, that goes back to I first connected and truly connected with someone, and then I fearlessly followed up. Even made a joke about how many times I was following up and referred to myself as a stalker, friendly stalker. You can have fun with it a little bit. And so, but when it comes to fearlessly following up, you want to also look at like an 8x8 plan. I do like an 8x10 plan, is what I call it. I touch people 8 times over a 10-week period. I'm trying not to, necessarily stalk people. But when I'm, for example, with my RESP designation, national designation course, I'm reaching out and with my staff that goes out and helps to connect and have relationships that we're building with realtor associations and looking at bringing the designation to their area. So we send different things through the mail, so that takes time. And so we're not calling every single week or following up or whatever, but we wait when we send something out. We might not call every single week, and we give it maybe 10 days for them to receive the package. So we do it over about a 10-week period, but it's great because then they know the name of the program. They know who I am. They know what I'm doing. They've seen the book. They've seen, they got a ton of stuff from us. But that's the kind of stuff that you do. And so when you've met someone with coffee, you keep following up with them. You send them something that maybe is an article or a blog you wrote or story you came across that has to do with something that you talked about when you were together, whatever it might be. Sometimes I'll send out gift cards for $5 to coffee and say, have a cup of coffee on me, or, thank you very mocha for your time, and put mocha in, in quotes. And so, but
You're
that's
so cheesy.
I'm a little smiley face and, Michelle, but you know what? That kind of stuff is just, cute, but it's endearing and people like it and it's funny. And you got to make people laugh. People like people that make them laugh. Mm-hmm. And so do that. All right. So talking about 3 ways to build your business. We've covered the first 2. So connect, truly connect, fearlessly follow up. And then the third one is continuing to reach out. So you've gone through your 8x8 plan. They still just don't have an opportunity to do business with you. At the end of the day, you still follow up quarterly. Whether it's Easter or it's a funny holiday or it's Christmas and you want to send out a Christmas card or whatever it might be, look on Facebook, see when their birthday is. A lot of times now you can get some of that information so easily. I don't even know how many happy birthdays, back this last time I had a birthday a few weeks ago, but I got 2 cards in the mail. And so don't you know, I read one of those cards 3 times. It's a lady I know, and she's a Facebook friend of mine. And we have met a few times through different ways. And it turns out she's related to somebody I went to high school with. And so the thing that she does, though, is she sends me these beautiful birthday cards. And don't you know, I read the card she sent me 2 or 3 times. And she wrote the most beautiful thing in it. And I just, and at the very end, she made something very personal that she said, you're such an inspiration. And so it was like, that's very heartfelt. That's something very personal. And so, you know, and it made me reread the card a few different times that I've come across it. I picked it back up and read it. And I have a special box that we call our family. Each member has their own special box. And I put it in my special box. So I actually kept it. So 20 years from now, when I get out the special box and want to look through it, I'll have it. But that's because she said something that was very sweet and heartfelt. And so, anyway, so I just encourage you, do the same thing, connect with people, like truly connect, and then fearlessly follow up and reach out quarterly. Continue to reach out. Make sure you're liking people's pictures on Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is, and just really keep staying top of mind, because you never know when the door's going to open. And, that's how you grow your business. So we were talking about 3 ways to build your business, and those are 3 fantastic ways. I hope your business is growing this year, and if you need some help or you want to know about that RESP National Designation Program, make sure to check out realestatecoachingsimplified.com, and that's also where you can go to get your free copy of Selling Simplified, 55 Fast Tips to Jumpstart Your Real Estate Business. Make it a great week. See you next time, right here on The Power of Real Estate with Michelle Moore.
Realtors, if you're ready for the latest tools, scripts, and techniques, visit realestatecoachingsimplified.com. We'll see you next time on The Power of Real Estate with Michelle Moore.